My go-to camera for literally every single virtual meeting I've been on in the last 5 years has always been the Logitech BRIO. But I just threw it away because I found a better camera. Find out what it is next. So I've been using Logitech equipment for years. Literally my whole office is full of devices from Logitech that I purchased on my own. I own the Blue Sona mic, for example. I have 2 sets of mice and keyboards from Logitech. I use the Logi Spotlight for all my presentations. I even use speakers from Logitech. But the BRIO camera has been my favorite for years. But I recently gave up using my old BRIO because I found a better camera. It's higher quality, has better features, it's more powerful. It's actually the new BRIO MX 705. So here are some of the nerd specs on the new MX BRIO. It's an ultra-wide 4K camera that runs 2160p at 30 frames per second. It also has an 8.5 megapixel sensor. Now granted, Zoom and Teams and Webex can only push 1080p, but the 4K camera quality actually comes across during the meeting. But since it's 4K, you can use it for podcast and streaming and other platforms that already do push 4K, like YouTube and Streamlab, Twitch and Riverside. I've even been using this camera to create a lot of my demos and enablement videos at work using OBS at 4K. It also has field of view options at 90, 78, and 65 degrees with 4x digital zoom. So basically it allows me to configure the camera for any room setting. The autofocus is actually really impressive. Even if I move around in the field of view, it's always rock solid. When I travel, I don't typically take a light with me. I just do the best I can with my environment around me. But the BRIO 705 has built-in light correction called RightLight 5 with HDR. So basically what that means is that the camera will automatically detect low or bright conditions in the light environment and then automatically adjust that to represent my skin tones more accurately. It even has HDR to extend that dynamic range for better colors and blacker blacks. So another super cool feature is called RightSight. The BRIO will automatically detect who is speaking in the frame and then centers them during the meeting, kind of like having your own cameraman filming you. It also has a feature called Show Mode that allows you to physically show items during your meeting simply by turning the camera down, showing your items, and then when you're done, you just simply tilt it back up. So for audio, there are 2 beamforming mics on either side of the camera, and there's also background noise filtering, so if you're in a noisy environment, you can be heard during your meetings better. So it also comes with a super flexible mount that you can actually attach to your monitor with this little sticky thing, and you'll need that during show mode presentations so the camera doesn't come up. Another super cool feature is that it's magnetic, so I can actually take the camera off and use a tripod should I not want to use the mount. I believe this retails for around $199, and so in that price range, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a small form webcam that even comes close to the BRIO. It's actually outstanding. So can it compete with a DSLR camera? No, it's not designed to do that. It's a webcam. I mean, I spent $4,000 on my DSLR professional camera, but the BRIO comes pretty close. This is the webcam. It's meant for virtual meetings and webinars, but it's the best one I've tested to date. The 4K quality gets me every time. It's really impressive. One of the things I love about my DSLR camera is the blurry background you get from a high-dollar camera and a high-quality lens. But I found I can get the exact same effect using the FaceTime app on my Mac with the built-in portrait mode. So you combine that with the BRIO and you get some pretty incredible videos for Teams and Zoom with that cool blurry background. The audio is what you would expect from a webcam. It's not a XLR dynamic microphone or a shotgun microphone going through an audio interface, but it certainly gets the job done in a Zoom and or Teams meeting. I'm using it right now as compared to the Blue Sona I typically use from Logitech. So here's the difference. I realize I'm super picky when it comes to audio and video and the software that comes with it. So actually I wasn't expecting a lot with the LogiTune software that you can download for free from Logitech, but I was actually blown away. It has 99% of the functions you're ever going to need for a basic webcam, like brightness or saturation or contrast. You can also adjust the field of view, and it even has some built-in scenes for you to use. Literally, the only gripe I had about the LogiTune software is I couldn't actually make the window bigger. It's at a set size. So in full transparency, Logitech is sponsoring this video, but I told them that I would only do it if I could be 100% honest in my evaluation. I have to say I was impressed. For $199, this camera does literally everything you would expect a high-dollar webcam to do and more. The 4K sensor is really impressive. The software that came with it really blew my expectations. The show mode feature is really cool if you have a use case where you need to show physical items. I think one of the most impressive things was the RightLight feature that adjusts for the environmental lighting conditions. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. It has a built-in privacy shutter, which is super cool. So are you going to be shooting 6K professional movies for Netflix with this thing? No, it's not designed for that. That would cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to do in equipment and software. But are you going to have one of the highest quality videos in your next Zoom or Teams meeting? Absolutely. In fact, for this video, I didn't even use my professional 6K DSLR. I'm literally using the MX BRIO 705 to shoot this entire thing. I told you it was impressive. In the description, there's an affiliate link. And if you buy the MX BRIO 705 from my site, you can also help out the channel. So let me know in your comments below about your experience with the BRIO. I'd love to see if they match mine. And if they don't, tell me. If they do, tell me again. And if you like videos like this, as always, subscribe.